and welcome to another lecture of the course Aquaculture. Today we are going to discuss about construction and maintenance of aquaria. Aquarium, as we all know, that is a miniature form of an ecosystem, or you can say a container, a glass container or container made of any other material, but that container is characterized by its transparency. It should be transparent, and in that container we keep fishes or other aquatic animals inside. And this container, which we call as aquarium, this container is kept in within our rooms, living rooms, or wherever you want, your office, your desk, and they are considered a kind of some people have called them as natural living jewels, which, because of they being so attractive and because of they providing comfort and soothes your senses. So aquarium is basically the container, transparent container in which these beautiful fishes are to be kept. Again, a photograph of some public aquarium, big public aquarium. There are many big aquaria, public aquaria around the globe. Beautiful public aquaria. You can find variety of aquatic organisms. Now, in fact, the idea of aquarium fish keeping is very old, and as old as you can see here, Mesopotamian civilization, ancient Chinese civilizations, Egyptians, they all have been keeping these fishes in ponds. By the end of 17th century, goldfish was introduced in several countries and became popular in many parts of the world, and that's how people started to keep it. In fact, in China, when these fishes were being kept long back, about thousands years ago or something, then by natural mutation, this fish started to develop, bright coloration, and after a certain period of time, they bred again and again, and then some mutation occurred, and golden color, that yellowish orange color, started to develop. And at one point of time, there was one dynasty, if I remember it correctly, Song dynasty or something, that you can check, that banned these so-called goldfishes to be cultured by common man, but that was getting royal treatment. Only royal people were allowed to keep these fishes. So that is very old tradition of keeping such fishes, beautiful fishes, colored fishes, in the confined containers. While setting up an aquarium, following factors need to be taken care of. Of course, the aesthetics, the beauty, what you are looking for, what kind of things are in your mind, size and shape of the tank, and volume of water, the place where you are going to place the aquarium. So all these things you will have to keep in mind. Size and shape of the aquarium. Different types of tanks are in use. In fact, you can use any kind of tank. In fact, it depends on your creativity. If you see, nowadays people have designed, there are designers for aquarium nowadays. They have designed aquarium for your coffee table. Your coffee table will have aquarium glass, and the entire table is having aquarium setup. So you are just seeing your coffee table, but you are seeing an aquarium that can serve as coffee table. And even your wash basins can be designed like that, or your say your living room and dining room, they are now in continuity with your open kitchen. So you can use aquaria as dividers. So plenty of ideas are there which you can use according to your own requirement, and according to your requirement, where you are going to use, what kind of structure or size or shape you are looking for, you can have these specific designs. Most suitable, commonly what we use is 60 by 30 by 30 centimeter, or you can say 2 by 1 by 1 feet, and standard size usually starts with 45 to by 25 by 25 centimeters also. And a tank of 60 to 30 by 60 by 30 by 30 centimeter requires adequate support. If you are using this, then you should have, whenever you are placing an aquarium, then provide a suitable support to that, because you are going to fill that with water, and that will be a continuous process. So you will have to provide the support. Any flat surface can suffice to hold fish tank, but it is preferred to use a stand, because stands, they also have support at the bottom, support for the aquarium at the bottom. So this is the size which is given, that if, say for example, if you are having length of 60 centimeter, width 30 centimeter, depth 30 centimeter, then you can have about 54.6 liters of water. In fact, here you are seeing that the water has been shown to little low volume than what its capacity to hold water, because we have to keep some area, some volume of the aquarium tank empty. It should not be filled to the maximum. So accordingly, you can calculate, as we go on increasing the area, we are getting more volume of water, and as we go on increasing the dimensions, we will have to provide appropriate support to the aquaria which we are going to construct. There are different materials for constructing an aquarium. In fact, our main objective is to keep it transparent, so that we can have unhindered visibility of the organisms which are placed inside. So glass is perfect. All glass aquaria with the bottom, sides and ends made of glass sheets cemented together with 100% silicone sealant. They are very successful, very popular, and they look beautiful. Handling these glass aquaria should be done with utmost care. Of course, you are dealing with glass, so you will have to take care. And there is one more thing about glass, that we should not use toughened glass and other things to manipulate the size, to cut the size to your desired design. That becomes difficult with those. And if you wish to become to use that glass sheet for fixing something else, for which maybe you require drilling or something, that becomes difficult task when you are using toughened glass, and that may become over time, that may start showing yellow coloration over the glass. Aquaria made of plastic, they are less expensive than glass and are made up of flat, clear and colored acrylic sheets cemented together. But these tanks cannot be made large size, as the acrylic sheet, we all know, is flexible. Also, in due course, these tanks may become full of scratches. It's not like that of glass. For the using fiberglass is good. For the front, back and sides of the aquarium, normal fiberglass is used. The fiberglass is hard, it's not corrosive, and can be obtained in a variety of colors. These are glass aquarium, acrylic aquarium and fiberglass aquarium that has been shown here. Requirements for construction of an aquarium. What are the requirements that we have for constructing the aquarium? For constructing a ready-to-use aquarium, these are some of the things that you need for the purpose. Glass sheet, of course, that is the most important part. Then silicone, just to as an adhesive, masking or duct tape. Then we have caulking gun, aquarium hood, aquarium stand, lighting devices, heating devices, thermometers, thermostats, composts, aquarium filters, aerators and diffusers, planting sticks, ornamental plants, feeding rings, hand net, scrapers or algal cleaners, siphon tube, water testing kits. So these are in fact, if you are able to take care of all this requirement, then you can run the aquarium, not only construct, but you can run the aquarium very efficiently. Glass sheet, For construction of a rectangular shaped aquarium of size 60 by 30 by 38 centimeter or 60 by 30 by 30 centimeter, 5 sheets of 6 millimeter thick plate glass, also known as sheet, or annealed glass are taken. Annealing is a process during the preparation of the glass which makes it quite tough, of good quality. So, we should try to go for this kind of glass. The thickness of the glass sheet would vary depending upon the size of the aquarium, of course. How much water is going to be stored in that tank, what kind of pressure do you expect from the stored water. Accordingly, you will have to go for the thickness of the glass. Tempered glass should not be used. The edges of each glass should be made smooth. Tempered glass I have just talked about. Then edges of the glass should be made smooth using a dry abrasive paper, or it's very appropriate if you take it to the glass shop, and they will grind it very finely. It will be very smooth. In this table, there is a kind of suggestion regarding what size of aquarium you are going to construct. For that, what is the thickness of the glass sheet that you may need. So, 60 by 30 by 30, we need 6 mm thick glass, and you can see here that as we are going to increase the size, the dimensions of the aquarium, the length and width and depth of the glass sheets, we need to have increased thickness of the glass sheet. So, we will have to use more thick glass when we are going to increase the size of the aquarium. Some of the glasses which are being used, then we have silicone. Silicone is needed for bonding these glasses to get the shape of the aquarium. One should be careful in choosing the type of silicone to be used. Aquarium silicone sealant is the same as regular household silicone. The silicone is to be used for aquarium making should not contain the anti-mildew chemicals. In your house purposes, you may need. This is used to inhibit microbial or fungal growth. Therefore, the 100% silicone sealant should be used. There should not be any of these chemicals, anti-mildew chemicals. Sealant, it is shown here. We are not advertising any brand, but just to show you that how a sealant looks like. Masking or duct tape. The masking tape is used to cover the edges of the aquarium. Then caulking gun. Caulking gun is used to lay the silicone sealant in a straight line on the glass. In fact, masking or duct tape, when you on the glass sheets, when you put the sealant and when you put the other piece of the glass to give it a shape of the aquarium, then to hold the corners, you can use these tapes. Aquarium hood. A slant hood or lid is put on the roof of the aquarium to prevent entry of any undesirable things or creatures, and also to prevent fishes from jumping out of water. The hood is generally made of aluminum sheet and often painted colorfully. There are many other ways to make the hood. That there are many options. Masking tape is shown. It's not like only this, that what is shown here. Variety of masking or duct tapes are there. Aquarium hood cover, then caulking gun. Aquarium stand. Aquarium can be placed on a table or an aquarium stand. A variety of attractive, beautifully designed Aira, Nisti, Loden, your choice. Plenty of options. Stands are available which would enhance the beauty of the room according to your place, the requirement of the place. You can go for any kind of stand. Lighting devices. Direct sunlight on the aquarium must be avoided. Why? Because it may cause algal growth and water may turn green. It is better to provide light artificially. Fluorescent tubes are preferred to ordinary light bulbs, as these have a longer life and provides brighter light. This is showing simply stand, underwater light and fluorescent tube. Heating devices. To maintain the temperature during winter, and particularly in places where the temperature goes down to about 1 degree centigrade, it is essential to have a heating device. Generally, an immersion heater is used for the purpose. In our place, in the inland regions also, as in many other places in India, winter temperature goes at a very low level, and since these fishes are kept in a very low volume of water, the water temperature, you know, is influenced greatly by the ambient atmospheric temperature. So here we have to take care of temperature properly. We should be very careful of temperature control in these regions. Thermometers. Thermometer is installed at vertical position to record the changes of temperature in the aquarium water, so that you have an idea that when and what to be done. The temperature in a tropical aquarium should be maintained at a range of 18 to 29 degrees centigrade, depending upon the species, of course, the requirement of the species, what it prefers. This temperature can be maintained by installing thermostats. So thermostat can regulate the set temperature, and it can maintain the desired range of the temperature. So heater, thermometer, thermostat. Sometimes your heater comes with the entire setup of thermostat and heater. So you can use that also. Composts. For aquarium without filter, composts are used. An aquarium compost is the gravel which is made up of small stones and pebbles, or a mixture of these with sand. But it is always advisable to use aerator or keep it handy. So, and if you are having a water testing kit, if you are having an idea that things are going wrong as far as water quality parameters are concerned, then go for aerators. Aerators are always, filters are always a very good option. Aquarium filters. The purpose of filters in aquarium is filtration of water, removal of waste food and decaying plant leaves, and providing fishes and plants with clean water. A variety of filters are in use in aquarium, which can be grouped in the following types. Mechanical filters. Mechanical filters are simple pumps containing a nylon filter wood or a foam cartridge. When the water of the aquarium is passed through it, the suspended particulate matters are trapped and effectively removed from the water. The filters are then regularly cleaned. It's not that you have put in filter, then you don't need to take care of anything. You have to take care of the filter also. That filter is clean. If filter is not clean, then how it is going to clean your water? So you will have to regularly clean the filter also. Then chemical filter. Chemical filter uses the absorptive surface of activated carbon. This tiny activated carbon attracts and removes the aquarium water, the dissolved organic waste products and other particles. So that is also one of the very popular method of filtration being used in aquaria. Then we have biological filters. Biological filter comprises of a corrugated and porous asbestos or acrylic plate fixed slightly above the bottom with a non-soluble adhesive on all the sides of the tank. A narrow glass cylinder of 8 cm diameter and open at both ends is inserted through the opening made at one side of the plate. Through this cylindrical glass, circulation and aeration can be done. After the plate is fixed, gravel is spread over the floor of the plate to a height of 5 to 7 cm. Then well washed granite and suitable colorful aquarium stones are embedded in the gravel terrace. These are some of the filters that are shown, the mechanical, chemical as well as biological filter. Then we have aerators and diffusers. Aeration can be done by providing a small piston or diaphragm type aerator, polythene tubing and an air diffuser stone, depending on what kind of things you are having at your hand. The diffuser stone is lodged in the glass cylinder that has been set up in the porous asbestos or plate that we discussed in the previous slide while setting up the biological filter in the aquarium. When air is blown into the polythene tube, the air reaches the air stone and owing to its porous nature, air bubbles are released which rise to the surface and oxygenate the aquarium water. This is how these aerators and diffusers look like. Then we have planting sticks rather. When it is desired to plant some of the plants in between the rocks, planting sticks are generally used because it is difficult to reach with bare hands to the places where they are to be put. The planting stick is made of thin wood or metal strip. That's something very common. You can arrange it very easily. Ornamental plants, presence of plants in an aquarium serves several functions, like it provides shelter, shade and sanctuary for the fishes. It decorates the aquarium. Of course, if you are having beautiful plants, then it will look very good. They serve in spawning. There are many fishes which need the vicinity of the plants for spawning. They serve as food for certain fishes. Certain fishes may feed upon them. They utilize the carbon dioxide waste of fishes and liberate oxygen through photosynthesis. That is also possible. They absorb the nitrate converted from ammonia by the biological filter. They can utilize that also. These are some of the very common plants that are used in aquarium. Wellisneria, then we have Myriophyllum and Salvinia, then we have Ceratophyllum, Kybomba, and then Sagittaria and Hydrilla. Feeding rings, they are very useful. The feeding rings are made of plastic in the form of a square or a circle. They float on the water and the dried food gets limited. What happens on the upper surface of the aquarium water, you can just put one or two rings, and whenever you have to feed the aquarium fishes, then put your feed within those rings. So they will not be distributed all around. And what happens if you don't put the ring? Most often these small sized, these crumbled feed or something, they stick to the sides of the aquarium. Not stick, but they go close to the sides of the glasses. So it becomes very difficult to siphon them off or have an idea that how much has been consumed, whether fishes have consumed it or not. But if you are putting feeding rings, then your food will be restricted to that region only. You can observe and you can have an idea that at what time the fishes started showing satiation. So you can adjust the ration also, and the feeding frequency you can also adjust. You can remove the uneaten feed very easily. Hand net. A hand net is again very important thing, because you will at times you may be required to take out one or two of the fishes for some purpose, for maybe for prophylactic treatment, maybe if there is some kind of disease occurrence. So you may need to handle these fishes or simply changing the water. So whatever is there, you can have hand net, small hand net. They are readily available. They are made up of net material and small size, rectangular or whatever shape you want. Scrapers or algae cleaner to clear the glass of the aquarium for any kind of algae. Fine steel wool held in the hand can serve the purpose, or you can have your maybe some other thing. Siphon tube. This is used to siphon water out of the aquarium at the time of exchanging water. Siphon tube, a very simple concept. In fact, you take one pipe and then that pipe, if filled with the tank water, and put one side of the pipe within the aquarium tank filled with water, and the other side has to be kept outside just below the tank. In order to adjust the flow rate, you can have the outer pipe level adjusted. So using this kind of method to remove water or to empty the tank is very good for the fishes. It does not put much stress onto the fishes. So that can be done. Water testing kit, again this is something very important. If you are having some small kit, nowadays we are having the kits available. You can at least monitor the pH, the organic load, the dissolved oxygen and other things which can monitoring water quality will keep your fish healthy. These are just photographs showing what I just talked about. Installation of home aquarium. Place the aquarium tank on an even surface, preferably on 1-inch thickness thermocol sheet. After placing tank carefully, insert underwater gravel filter plate into the tank along with air lift pump. Then spread 1 to 2 centimeter manured mixture above the filter. Above the mixture is spread through thorough washed river sands sloping towards front side. Modulated rocks and driftwoods are firmly fixed in the landscape position. Air stones can be placed behind rocks for good visual effect, or whatever your idea is. Decorate with aquarium plants, fast growing plants and tall plants, Vallisneria, then Cobomba, Sagittaria are ideal for background planting. Tall, of course, you will keep in background. Bushy plants should be used to fill the corners, and plants like Ludwigia, Amazon sword and others can be used in front portion. Before planting, the plants must be thoroughly washed in running water. This is very necessary to remove any unwanted snail, eggs, larvae attached with these plants, and then these should be given treatment with KMNO4 solution also. 0.1% KMNO4 solution can also be used as a prophylactic measure, 1 to 5 minutes, and again wash in running water. Once the planting is over, aquarium tank is filled with water without tilting the plants and other settings. Then cover the tank with the lighted hood. Air pump and other electrical fittings, power head, filter, heater, etc. are switched on and allow to run continuously for 3 to 5 days. Flow rate should be adjusted to 18 to 20 times per day for proper functioning of biofilter and the consequent removal of ammonia. When purchasing fishes, it is essential to make sure they come from reliable source and are free from diseases. That we have talked about earlier also for other fish species also. Keep the bags containing fishes in the aquarium tank for acclimatization. In fact, whenever we transfer the fish seeds, we are carrying from some hatchery and transferring it to any kind of tank. First, we have to keep the bags as such in the tank for a while, for quite some time, until unless the water temperature inside the bag and the outside the bag becomes same. As the temperature, you feel that temperature of on outside and inside becomes similar or same, then untie the bag and keep it as such there for a while, and then gradually start adding some tank water into your bag water, and gradual increase of tank water should be done, and ultimately they can be transferred. So, stocking density that can be managed according to the species that you are using, the type of tank and the size of the tank, but usually 75 for 75 per square centimeter of space, a 2.5 centimeter fish needs at least this much of space. Ideal water quality parameters, freshwater and marine, that we have discussed earlier also, so it can be managed. Maintenance of aquarium. For proper maintenance of the aquarium, the following precautionary measures are to be taken. For an indefinite time, aquarium should not be left uncared. Any pet, if you are having in a home, you are not keeping it unattended for a long time. Aquarium should not be moved frequently from one place to the other or shaken up. That should be taken care of. That can only not be detrimental to fishes, but your aquarium also. The aquarium should not be completely filled with water, but at least some space should be there on the upper side. An aquarium should always be provided with a cover. Don't let it remain open. The aquarium, once set and balanced, the water should not be changed unless the aquarium water tends to become turbid or cloudy. It's not that every day you are changing water. In fact, you are putting stress onto the fishes, and that may be problematic. If the level of water falls due to evaporation, it should be restored by addition of, that depends on what kind of conditions you are having. But if you are using tap water, then make sure that it is chlorine free. And again, one more thing, if you are not using aerator, then that water should be at least aerated a little bit. Or if you are not having aeration facility at your home, then you can simply using your bucket and the plastic container which you use to take bath, you can agitate water as much as possible so that atmospheric oxygen gets dissolved into the water. So then you can use that water. While changing the water of the aquarium, a constant flow should be maintained with the help of a siphon tube. But try to use aerators. If not continuously, then frequently. The aquarium should be placed on a stand or a table at a convenient spot in the room so that there is just enough light. More light should also be avoided because that may make your aquarium look dirtier. Temperature fluctuation in the aquarium should be minimum and there should be sufficient light. pH of water for tropical freshwater fishes should be 7 to 7.2, but it may be adjusted according to the species. You have studied about some of the fishes which prefer slightly soft water, slightly towards acidic side, from neutral to little acidic side, and some prefer more towards alkaline side. Ornamental fishes should be given a bath in caminophore or copper sulfate before keeping them in an aquarium. That is in fact necessary for any kind of culture practice, for any kind of fish that you use. Overcrowding of fishes in the aquarium should be avoided. Overfeeding the fishes in the aquarium should be avoided, as the leftover will cause pollution, that we all know. It is better to feed the fishes twice a day, or whatever your fish requires, and the literature that you can go through for that particular species, you can follow that. There should be changes in the nature of the feed given to fishes. A single type of feed should not be always given. It's always advisable to have few options for feeding your fishes. Waste production and food leftovers should be carefully siphoned out without disturbing the fishes. If you are using siphoning through pipes, then it is quite possible to not disturb the fishes and still get rid of all the waste material. Aerator should be used frequently to increase dissolved oxygen content in the of the aquarium water. That is very necessary. Predators should not be allowed to get into the aquarium. Infected fishes should be removed from the aquarium as soon as you have information on them. Just take them out and separate them. The fishes are fed 1 or 2 times a day ad libitum. Ad libitum is until they stop feeding, satiation, satiety. So that you can notice, and if you are using feeding rings, then that is very easy to manage. At the time of feeding, air pumps and power filters switched off. They should be switched off. That is a good point. Daily switch off aerator, heater, power filter, etc. It's not like you are continuously running everything. There should be some break for these equipments also. Monitor the tank regularly during winter season, especially if for regulating the temperature. Do not spray insecticide near the tank. So that's all in this lecture. Thank you so much.